the only way that I got here, and then later to 50K a month that year, and even this year I made like tens of thousands of dollars each month. The only reason that I got there is that because my daily schedule was the following: that I woke up and I stopped doing all the bullshit that other people tell you, that you need to have a 4-hour morning routine and you need to run first and then meditate and then learn a little bit and then journal and then work for 2 hours and then use the Pomodoro technique. No. All I've done, because I've tried all of that, but all I've done that got me to my first 10K a month, to 50K a month of profit, was that I woke up and I started working. Right? So sure, like meditation, going to the gym, all these things, do they help you? Absolutely. But in the short term, they don't help you to make money. So if you already have a business model that you can pick, or you have an option, or if you approximately know what you need to do, if you just wake up and have as many brutal hours as possible, right, and allocate to it, the faster you will make money, I promise. I promise you. And later, when you make your first 10K a month, 20K a month, or whatever, or more, sure, you can start optimizing a little bit, you can hire some person to do some tasks for you, and you will have more time to live more balanced life, and you can do your improvement habits or this or this. And yes, in the long term, if you learn, if you do all these things that can help you become a better entrepreneur and all these self-improvement habits, they will, in the long term, they will help you to become a person that is more skilled, that has a better, more bulletproof mindset, and is just like more skilled human being. And in the long term, yes, you will make money. But in the short term, to get to your 10K a month, to get to 20K a month, even to 50K a month or more, you don't really need to know all of that stuff. All you need is work as much as possible. Because you know what? Nothing will teach you more lessons and will teach you faster than the work itself. Because when you are learning about how to start a business, yes, you will learn, but when you go and start that business, you are going to fail so much that you will be forced to learn, right? And that is exactly how we make it work. And then the reason that last year, there were 3 months in a row that I scaled back from 50K a month to way less, like 20K a month, 15K a month, etc. The reason that one of my businesses last year decreased, right, for a period, is because I changed my daily schedule. Right? So I started getting cute. Oh, maybe I need to do this, maybe I need to do, and I stopped just working as much as I could, right? So now you might be watching this and saying, oh, Harut, my goal isn't to work as much as I can, right? But then you need to understand that that's not going to get you to your goal the fastest way. So sure, can you work just 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day for a couple of months or years? And if you really stay consistent and you pick one business model and you stay focused and you solve people's problems and you keep learning and you don't give up, will you make money? Yes, right? But the fastest way, the fastest schedule from all the entrepreneurs that I've met people that are worth hundreds of millions of dollars, right? And I also know people that were making their first, I gave them this advice, they didn't make any money. Before that, I gave them this advice and they started making their first 1K, right? So you don't have to make millions, but this thing works for everyone. Every single successful entrepreneur. Alex Hormozi, for example, if you know him, he is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. I went to Las Vegas. I've met him. He gave a presentation. He talked. He was basically helping. It was a mastermind. He was giving lots of value. He's a very, very good. And I learned a lot from him. So he was sharing his lessons. But the one thing that I've learned from him is that all he does is work. Like he literally wakes up and he just works. So he came here. He helped us. He gave the presentation, right? And after that, he just left. And he probably went to work, right? So these people that are making the most money, no matter if you want to get your first 10K a month or if you're already a multimillionaire, they just work, right? Are there people that just work 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, and they make money? Yes. But because they got there with this brutal way, they worked as much as they can, they made the money, and once they have the money, the resources, they can hire people, they have audience, they have leverage, then they can say, oh, now I cannot, I don't work as hard as I can, right? And that's true. It's the same thing for me to say, oh, I don't, for example, for me right now, some days I work way less harder than I was working when I started. Because now I have more leverage. I have an audience, I have Instagram following, I have clients, I have results, I have so network, right? Skills that I've learned, so many things that team members that are helping me to free my time so I can focus on other stuff. But if I want to get to the next level still, the more quality of focused hours of work you will put into, you will make money. So the daily schedule that I will recommend you to get to your first 10K a month or 50K a month, at least this worked for me and everyone I know, this is the best one. You can try whatever works for you, but this one works, is that you wake up and you work. And if it means, and you say, oh, I can't, I have a job, I have a responsibility, then you work after the job or before the job or both, right? For example, back then I was going to university. So once I started working, once I had to go to university, I stopped it, went to university, came home, and then continued doing it. And then what I've done after that, I quit university, right? So I quit after 1 year. Once I understood that, okay, I'm all in, I'm working as much as I can, and I'm making progress in my business, I'm making money, I don't need this, I dropped out, right? So for you, do what you want, but that's what I did, because for me, in my opinion, that was the right decision in my circumstances, right? So that's all I done. I've cut everything that wasn't helping me to work, right? So I sacrificed, didn't go to the university, didn't go out with my friends to play or games or to watch videos, etc. No, all I was doing is working. So can you here and there every evening watch a quick movie? Yes. You don't have to be as crazy as I was back then, right? But the more you work, the more money you're going to make. So please, if you're an online entrepreneur that wants to make their first money, or you're an existing entrepreneur and you want to go from 10K a month to 50K a month or to even more, or whatever you're trying to accomplish, please at least consider waking up and working as much as you can on your business. And if you do that, that daily schedule where you just optimize work for this season of your life will be the fastest way for you to get your first 10K a month. And after that, you can start optimizing it, you can start working less, you can do whatever you want. But at the beginning, when you have no advantages, you need to hustle, you need to grind as hard as you can, because that's your advantage, right? That's how you get ahead. Now, a lot of these trainings are available for free with all of the templates, AI tools, private feedback for you to be able to implement in your business. And guess what? It's absolutely free. So if you're interested, the link will be down below in the description and you can apply to join there.